Let's freaking go. Love. Is it real? Hi, Lancer here. I should be medicated. Yes, we are here with another romance anime review, and this one is going to be completely off the cuff. Not like that's anything new. Mainly because it has been a couple weeks now since I finished this show, and I am kind of struggling to remember. Don't get me wrong, like, it was really good, hence why I'm making a video on it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the fuck this video is gonna be. So what are we reviewing today? Well, that is, of course, SNAFU, my teen romantic comedy. A classic, I guess, in the romance anime community. It's one that I've heard about, but I've kept forgetting the name of. Chances are, if you're anyone who's anybody when it comes to anime, you've seen the character models for SNAFU. And pretty much basic plot synopsis of this, it's a show that takes place over the span of 3 seasons following the 3 main characters of Yui, Yukino, and Hachiman as they're going through their high school antics, being a part of their service club. And if this show were under a different genre and tag, that title would be something bad. It's a club where they're in service of the other students. It's just like, if you ever have a problem, you come to us, you can work it out somehow, and that leads to a lot of antics. Now, first of all, when I started being like, okay, SNAFU, it's on my list, I'm gonna give it a shot, I saw it had 3 seasons, and I was like, what? Now, of course, Fruits Basket taught me, it's like, length means nothing. It's like a show could be 100 episodes long, it could be like 50, or it could be like 12. No matter what, it has the potential to give you a really good story and make it worth your time. And that's absolutely what SNAFU did. I will say, the jarring thing about this series though, well, as of this year, the anime at least is 10 years old, which is nutty. Like, because when I pulled up season 1, it said that, oh, it was released in 2013. Hold up, ring ding ding ding. I thought this was more recent. It's weird because season 1 is in a different style than 2 and 3. It's weird because then when you go into season 2 and then the rest of the series, it feels like it was a different show when you look back on season 1, because like when they do flashbacks in the later seasons to season 1, it's reanimated and redrawn. Because yeah, when I started season 1, I was like, huh, this is different looking than I thought. Once I realized like, oh, it probably changes. So once I clicked season 2 and I was like, all right, let's do an art style change, and it's definitely a change that really benefited the show, because I'm gonna be honest, the bulk of what I'm going to talk about in this video is the animation and art, because goddamn, when it changes to season 2, in the first episode, it pulls no punches and showing just like, oh yeah, this looks fucking amazing. Especially for season 2, which came out in 2015, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I remember season 3, like I saw that it came out in 2020, so I was like, damn, you guys had to wait 5 years for this season? Damn, it must be rough. Because all I had to do was just click, and like, huh, I watched it all. Didn't have to wait for anything. Yeah, this show, absolutely, I'd say one of the best things about it is its tone. Like, it's not ecchi. Like, it has its moments, obviously, but it's ironically serious. I don't know, there's some way to put it. It's one of the few romance that I've watched in a while where it feels real, and that's where I guess I'll start talking about the romance side of it. Like, the romance is mainly between, it's pretty much just a who's gonna end up with who kind of story. Hachiman and then Yukino and Yui. It's like, it's those 3. It's like, yeah, they introduce Iroha later, but she's introduced so late into the story, and like, even though she comes in fist swinging with her story, and she's very adorable and she's a great character, it's like, you know, even she's like, I'm not a factor in this. Like, she even brings up at one point things just like, if I had come in any sooner, like, things might have been different. I'm gonna give you a peek behind the curtain when it comes to my reviews and whatnot. I already know this one's gonna be a fairly shorter one. Any of the reviews that you see that are like 10 minutes or less, like, those are ones that are gonna have a lot more like editing and whatnot done into them, and I'm a lot more upbeat, and I'm just like, I don't really need to do spoilers for it. For the videos that are longer than like 15 minutes, so like my quintessential quintuplets or my Fruits Basket video, those ones have a little less editing, and it's more me talking about spoilers, and those are more just me ranting because they hit me on more of an emotional level. With shows like this, though it was emotional and I definitely felt a lot of it by the end, it still left me in a state of just like, that was pretty good. Like, it didn't have me bawling or anything, but definitely had me bawling, but at what cost? Like, pretty much the story of SNAFU, like, there's a clear beginning, middle, end. It's really fun. There's a lot of ups and downs. Like, story-wise, looking at all of it, I'm like, it was really solid. Like, there's not much to critique. Like, every episode always feels like it's the penultimate episode, except for the penultimate episode. The penultimate episode feels like the finale, and then there's the finale. The music is really good. The art direction's amazing. I mean, the voice acting, it's interesting. interesting because it's one of the shows where a lot of the characters are kind of like at a flat tone, mainly just Hachiman and Yukino. Iroha and Yui, like they have their like eccentric voices. Now because of the tone and the subject matter of the story, their voices can kind of feel flat as well, but I think that works absolutely well to its benefit. And mainly just one of the biggest pluses of this story is the fact that you give a shit about the characters. Like in the different interactions, like there are whole episodes where an entire like half of it is dedicated to two characters just talking like in a single scene, and it's like, damn, that's really good. Like one of my favorite characters by the end was the teacher, who I'm forgetting the name of, but she pretty much is like the mentor figure to Hachiman. Also sort of another love interest, but you know, age gap for some reason, you know, this anime suddenly cares about age gaps. Score-wise, overall, like I definitely gave different scores for each of the seasons, but I would say like the average overall, like again, it wasn't my favorite, you know, now that I've stewed on it for a couple weeks now since finishing it and watching other stuff, you know, it definitely was emotional. It hit me with certain themes and beats, but I'd say overall I would give it an 8 out of 10. I would definitely recommend it to people if you're into the romance genre at all. And it's definitely one of those ones where it's like the title says, this is like the Evangelion of romance anime. I feel like everybody who watches it like would have a different opinion or takeaway from it, like what is its meaning and whatnot. But I don't know, for me it was just a really good story. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this quick review of SNAFU. Join me for many other reviews that I plan on posting soon, reactions, gameplay, and whatnot coming soon to the future. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.